I just plug my charger in.
And that is how we start. Welcome to AnyPod episode 6. Intern is on a cruise with Ray. I'm sure we'll hear more about that next week. Aaron is taking his place. Huge MLB fan is here currently going off watching the Mariners. And
by the way,
I'm
behind, as always. And people.
Well, I don't think either of us are watching unless. Oh no, Buzz and Aaron are probably. Aaron. I'm sure we'll get to Buzz later here, but I think this is probably the worst.
Gordon walk. We're off.
This is probably the worst day we've had in Philly since Wentz tore his ACL. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, it has been pretty bad here. Like Gabe Kapler, I can't even put into words what he did today, and with the Joel Embiid injury, it's not going well.
It's weird because my mindset was I saw it happen last night. I thought he was going to be okay. And I saw the post from the hospital bed, and I spent last night and this morning accepting the fact that he broke his orbital bone. I was saying to you guys that he broke his orbital bone, and our huge MLB fan said, "Oh no, he's fine. He's just trolling." So I had already come to terms with it. Not everyone had, but I was able to have a nice therapy session. Shout out to Kamu Hill and Rick Lovato for coming TC&J tonight. So I got.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
Did he steal?
No, foul ball.
But no therapy session like a talk with two Super Bowl champs. So the sadness will set in for me the next time the Sixers play and Amir Johnson is the starting center. But until then, I'm completely fine.
I don't honestly care that much. As long as we can go with 5-2 in these last 7 games or whatever. What is it? 8
but
games?
It's not a certainty he's ready for game 1 of the playoffs.
No, it's not a certainty, but I feel better than I think a lot of other people do. The concussion thing, he has 2 weeks to get over concussion. If he doesn't have a concussion, he's playing by all means, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you, MLB fan, on this one. I personally thought he was trolling on his IG story, but as it turns out, it is worse than that. But this shouldn't affect him as it comes to the playoffs. Plus, the rest of the regular season, the schedule is very easy. We have at least 5 teams that are actively trying to lose games. 2 games against the Hawks. We should be able to win those games, no problem, even without Embiid.
Which, by the way, shout out Stephen A. Smith for telling me that the Kings are not trying to actively lose games.
Well, but yeah, I think that's a little bit fake news.
It's a rough look, but I think the problem with the orbital bone is because it's not just your cheek; it's right under your eye. So your vision can kind of be impacted. I remember a recent case, I forget who, maybe in the NFL, where the guy couldn't play for a little bit. It may have been only a week or 2, but he couldn't play. Was it James Harrison?
Wasn't Mirotic? Didn't he get?
Well, was Mirotic an orbital, or was that just a facial thing?
I've heard a lot of orbital bone fractures over the years with MLB guys getting hit in the face. I think there's been some orbital bone fractures.
Was Haniger last year orbital?
I think he might have been, yeah.
But because the problem with that is it's not just you break your nose or you break your cheek and you can put a mask over. It's kind of impacts your vision. So even if he comes back, there's a chance he's slightly impaired. We've seen he struggled at the beginning of the year with cornrows. He struggled for those games where he was wearing the salmon shoes. So the little things seem to, whether or not it's a coincidence, little things seem to impact his level of play. So what the hell's a mask going to do? I'm worried. I'm more worried than you guys are, but I'm also in a good mood, much better mood than I'll be when they lose to Cleveland.
Yeah, just at
it's not. It wasn't orbital bone for Haniger. I'm not sure. It was lower. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. It sucks, but we've got it's opening day. You can't dwell on Joel Embiid. You have to dwell on Kapler.
I'll probably say though, the only thing I will say about Embiid, and even though it's only 8 games, which is 10% of the season, is this will cause him to miss enough games that I think Gobert will easily win Defensive Player of the Year at this rate.
How many games is Gobert going to end up with if he finishes the season?
I think high 50s.
Or 50,
maybe 50.
Yeah, because Embiid's going to be 60 to 65?
He's at 63, I think, or something.
Yeah,
I mean, Gobert's gonna be high 50s, and I mean, in all honesty, Gobert is like
there's not that much of a difference.
Gobert,
yeah,
I wouldn't even say there's like Gobert is like kind of significantly better.
No, I mean in terms of games.
Oh, in
games
games,
played.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but yeah,
but I think that's enough NBA talk.
Yeah, it's MLB time. It's MLB time.
It's
Yonderland. Yo.
I was in like I sent you last week like I needed MLB. I was in like a 2-week like groove, just like getting like that was gonna culminate into like my ultimate excitement today. And then the Embiid thing happened last night, and it kind of delayed everything. And then Gabe Kapler happened today, there's
no better thing than, like, as you said, 4 p.m. checking Roto scores.
It's amazing. I didn't even realize it. And then especially when your team goes off, Jose Abreu homer and Rafael Devers RBI double. Lucas Duda hitting a homer.
By the way,
it's amazing.
It was said on any pod last week, Matt Olson wouldn't hit 30 homers. Game 1 got 1.
Did I say? I think I said it off air.
No, I
said it. I'm not gonna say I didn't say it, but I think I said it off air.
You were trying to like sell yourself, like
I was trying to sell, and it didn't work.
I think it was on the show. I can't remember, but I was just like, dude, there's no way. But I texted my dad, telling him like, Dad, half homered. He's trying to tell me like he advocated for him, which like I advocated for him. My dad's like, okay, let's do him. But I'm like, you have to understand that I don't know what his playing time is going to be like. But I was like, all right. Like, we don't need it, whatever. I mean, we had my team today, by the way, had Freeman, Olsen, and my fantasy and my home run derby team. And my home run derby team also had Springer homer. So good start for me.
Well,
with Kapler, okay, I want to touch on this for a second. Nola, so he pitched an amazing first 5 innings. I think it was Inciarte got on.
Inciarte had a double.
Hit a double. I think Albies got out. And Freeman came in. So he has 68 pitches, right? All right.
Yeah.
Freeman owns Nola. Like, I'm not gonna say he doesn't, right? But he owns like
fired him twice already that game.
But like Freeman owns everybody. And Milner, I mean, like here's the thing. I can't go against numbers just because I'm too invested in numbers. Milner last year against lefties, like, as much as I'll try to discredit him and say he was a bit lucky.
Well, his BABIP was extremely low.
I know, but his 0 homers though. 0 homers against lefties last year. Like, still an incredibly low, like, on base, like under 200 against lefties. It's like, I get it. It's just micromanaging so much in the first game where, like, Nola at 68 pitches, and I get that you have a 9-man bullpen, like, you can expect to hold the lead.
Neshek was not available today.
No, Neshek was not available, so 8-man bullpen to get 11 outs, was it? But like, would Nola have given a homer? I mean, probably not. But
well, I don't get because someone tweeted after, I think it was John Johnson, and it's somewhat of a
Ben Harris has been pretty lenient with them, like saying like, you know, honestly, really doesn't mind the mood. You got to play a numbers game. How much of the numbers games do you want to play though? That many changes?
Well,
I mean,
the one thing I think it was John Johnson. The somewhat of a logical point is that I think Nola only went 4 innings in his last spring start. So a lot of these guys you're still easing in, and they're not really in midseason form
yet. I'm not saying 100 pitches, but yeah, 68.
And it's not just that. It's that if you know you're nearing the end of the line, why bases loaded? Why are you letting them hit?
No, that's why I didn't understand.
That's what I was gonna bring up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know you guys are
fans. That's what I think, because I think he can explain his way out of 68 pitches. Freeman owns him third time through the order now.
Here's the thing. All of this was known though, right? We knew. Okay, you knew Inciarte coming up to lead off the next inning, right? So that means Inciarte, Albies, Freeman. You know, Noel's at 60 pitches through 5, and you know he's up.
Like, exactly, and that's why I think it's excusable to take him out. I think I wouldn't have done it, but I think there's reasons I think it's defendable. I think knowing that there's a good chance you're going to take him out and then have him hit with the bases loaded when you can really come on ice, I don't think that's really defendable.
Also, there was a base open for Freeman at that point in the game. You were up 5-0. If you just pitch around him, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, fair. Honestly, though, like, it's just like, to me, right? Gabe Kapler is like just bent on. It seems like bent on playing matchups. Like, all right, Milner the first time, then you get Adam Morgan the second time, and then it's like Ramos. Really, I mean, I get that you don't have Hunter or Nishek, which are your two like high leverage guys, but like, I just questioned the use of the pen in that situation.
Yeah, just the
Also,
thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
At this point, I just don't understand why you would have him hit or you can't have him go 90 pitches. It just baffles my mind, and I've been trying to figure this out like all day.
Again, the 90 pitches, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and assume there's some sort of plan. They don't think he's in midseason form where he can go 95 to 110 pitches. I don't have a problem.
Well, it's not like his velocity was dipped or anything.
Well, but still, like guys start spring training, their velocity is normally good. It just takes a lot. It takes a while to get into shape, get your arm and just stamina wise.
Sale only went 6. And the bullpen blew the lead.
Sale went 6. Verlander went 6. Severino went like 5 2/3.
There has to be some accountability with the bullpen, right? Like, if you're there has to be some accountability with the bullpen. I mean, you guys gonna get 11 outs and a 5-run lead, and they don't get it. I mean,
and you give up 8 runs.
As much as you can blame Kapler, I mean, the bullpen was horrible. They were horrible.
Yeah.
And one thing I've had some bad and incorrect experience with crapping on first-year coaches. So I think you got to give him time. Like, this was I don't think anyone's going to defend him. I think people who do have some sort of agenda they're trying to back up. But that doesn't mean that this is going to happen every time. It doesn't mean that he's automatically doomed and the Phillies have to fire him if they're going to go anywhere.
Oh, obviously, it's one game. You will hear the overreaction tomorrow, though, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be insane.
But also,
are they off tomorrow, or do they?
They do have a game tomorrow.
They have a game. So, especially if they lose tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a pitching matchup tomorrow.
Pivetta pitching too, so it's not.
Pivetta tomorrow versus who for the Braves?
I am not sure who's pitching for the Braves.
I will check that.
I think also we're overlooking some other in-game mistakes from Gabe Kapler. He did take Rhys Hoskins out of the game.
Because I was in class, so I only got to check briefly, so I really didn't see anything past like the 5th inning.
In that situation, I would have gone Hoskins to first and Odubel to left for defense.
Fulton Evans is pitching for the Braves tomorrow.
Okay. No, like I understand why he took – because they were winning at that point when they took him out, I think, right? Or no?
They were winning 5-2 or 5-3.
Yeah. I would say if you're going to take Hoskins out, you probably just put him at first.
But Hoskins did have 2 doubles. And
I know. I would – if you're going to take him out of the field, I would put him at first, take Santana out.
Like, Hoskins is a good defensive first baseman. So if you're going to do that, I would move Altair over to right, Nick Williams to left, Abdul to center, and Hoskins at first.
Sure. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Santana hadn't shown much life at the plate and had a swinging bunt. Nothing much to show.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that was another big mistake on his part. Also, he decided to go with Pedro Florimon off the bench as a pinch hitter instead of other potential options.
That caught me because that was the one I was because my class was like 3 hours, so the professor gave us like a 10-minute break. So I turned it on at that point, and I was astonished to see Pedro Florimon. Because did Kingery get in the game?
He did not.
No.
That's
The
disgraceful.
only thing I can think of is Pedro Florimon can hit left-handed, and they were pitching with a right-handed pitcher. But you got to go at that point with your better player overall. And Florimon went down.
They could even have done a double switch if they wanted to. I mean, right? Because I don't think Odubel didn't get in that part. Right?
He did not.
I feel like part of the whole thing because like Kapler I feel like Kapler really prides himself in like using analytics to make decisions. I think a lot of that is looking past just the left-right aspect of it.
He loves matchups. And it's clear. What's clear is he loves matchups.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing, but you can.
No, it's not a bad thing, except there's a lot of people who like have reverse splits or aren't exactly going to be.
Well, that's why I don't think you can just look at left-right. You have to look at the individual players, which I think he does. I just don't get how you put in Florimon over Kingery.
Especially when he was the one who pushed really hard for Kingery on the roster.
Yeah, that's what worried me about all this in the first place. You already had 4 outfielders, and like you see Odubel getting benched today. Like, so if you have 9 guys for 7 positions, pretty much, like someone's not gonna get enough playing time.
Yeah,
and
I thought it was gonna be Altair, but I mean, and Altair is really good. That's the thing. Like you could even say you could say Odubel is the worst out of all 4.
you could make that. Odubel, he makes some. He looks bad at some at bats, but overall, I would probably start him in some.
Yeah.
I'm okay with like Altair versus lefties, Williams versus righties, and whatnot. And some days Santana will get some days off, and you do Hoskins, and then the 3 of them in the outfield.
Yeah, I think it's a good problem to have, though. Just have no. Hopefully, no one's ego gets in the way. Which
I don't think that will happen on this team.
Well, I think something about
Odubel's the one wild card.
Yeah,
it's fair. Yeah, I would say that if anything.
He is a former All-Star,
which and this I try not to. This is the ultimate. Don't take any stock, because have there been any major injuries today? Because I did tease in the blog with the like because Zunino got scratched, but like nothing
scratched. And Flowers had a bad oblique in spring training, and he tried to play today, and like after one swing, like hurt.
Yeah. Well,
so are you?
And Austin had this guy hit by a pitch and had to leave.
Actually, right before this,
you lucked out
that Josh Donaldson got injured.
No, Josh Donaldson. I saw Josh Donaldson can't throw.
Yeah, well,
you have to see him throw. You got to see him trying to throw the ball from third base. It's like a yip thing. His shoulder is not right. Go on Twitter, search Josh Donaldson's shoulder. It's absolutely insane.
Really?
Is it like what happened with Ryan Zimmerman like 3-4 years ago?
Kind of. It's like I don't know. It's just so unnatural. He says he has a dead arm. It's not like Zimmerman. Zimmerman like just couldn't make the throw. He had to do that whole like submarine thing, right? Donaldson is like, I think it's more of an injury sort of thing.
So is he does he have scapular imbalance? Is that what we're saying here?
I don't know. He might.
Nothing beats opening day inflated stats. Like I'm looking through box scores right now.
You mean
Neris's ERA is 40.5.
How about Matt David? Matt David
3 home runs.
Matt Davidson 3 home runs.
Tim Anderson 2 home runs.
Well, Matt Davidson on
Stanton
pace,
2 homers.
Matt Davidson on pace for what is that? 486 homers.
Yeah, that's quite good. So.
That is quite good.
Hopefully, you guys have him in your home run league.
No, I don't. He was available though. He was available.
He was because he hit like 25 or 26 last year.
I'm sure people have him. I can't wait to see these rosters. But
on base must be like 250.
It's horrible. It's like sub 300. I want to talk about MLB as a whole and some predictions.
Yeah, we need to give, because I put up last night a bunch of people's predictions. Bogatis, Ray, and a couple of Pittsburgh people.
On TV?
Yes, I didn't put mine up. I teased them for this. I teased yours for this as well.
I want to announce mine, and then you can put them up officially.
Yeah,
I just feel like it's kind of clear. It's more clear cut to me this year than it has been in years past. Which honestly,
and that was
the best thing, because sometimes teams come out of nowhere. Like it's kind of solid.
Well, no one saw the Twins coming last year.
I know.
There's going to be one team that people don't see, but I think mostly it's going to be
good. I'm just saying.
Made the playoffs, but they weren't really a real contender.
Who?
The Twins last year.
Yeah, no, they're a good team this year though. But people, I could see us being all right.
Well,
East, AL East, to me, Yankees. I don't understand. People rip on the Yankees pitching, which I get. But the Red Sox pitching is arguably worse, with a far worse bullpen.
Yeah, I don't understand the Yankees pitching hate. Severino, obviously amazing.
Yeah. And then, Gray, I like Montgomery. Gray is fine. Tanaka looks like he figured out a bit. And Sabathia is like Sabathia. I have more faith in those guys than Porcello, Pomeranz, Eduardo Rodriguez. Those guys.
Pomeranz was good last year.
He was good. He's hurt again.
Yeah,
he was insane in 2016, and he's been all right, I would say.
Yeah,
I don't think he's not much better than Sonny Gray or anything.
No, the Red Sox.
No,
they're trying to trust David Price, and I just
David Price too. No, I don't have a lot of stock in David Price. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I think people trying to hate on the Yankees is more so I don't even know. Just they want to find something to hate. I personally just think you look at the lineup, you see how streaky it's going to be. I've said this I think 4 times already. I'll say it again. There's going to be a long stretch where they're going to have one of the worst lineups in baseball, just statistically over like a 2 or 3 week period.
Sure.
And that could be to really hurt them in the standings.
Here's the thing.
They're also assuming by that everyone goes cold, goes hot at once, which isn't necessarily going.
That's normally how that works.
That's an interesting take because I was talking to Yankee fans about this, and like you have to think about it, right? It's gonna be like Stanton and Judge. There's no doubt they will go cold at some point. What are the odds? Honestly, it happens at the same time. And like you could say, oh, it generally happens, but like when you look at the numbers and everything, like it's when a slump happens, it's generally pretty random, right? Honestly, it is. Like adjustments are made and whatnot, sure, but like for having a significant random cold stretch followed by a hot stretch again, I don't think that Stanton and Judge are both gonna just turn off and Sanchez at the same time. Like I think their lineup is so deep that they will. I mean, you can have guys like Hicks and Gardner doing.
Is their lineup so deep?
It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely and Gregorius. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, but 7 and 9 they have nothing. Like the Red Sox.
7 and 9 is bad. 7 and 9 is bad.
7 and 9 is bad. Like if you look at the Red Sox top to bottom, like that's a better lineup all around.
Well, you have to also remember the Yankees coming up.
That's true. If they can get Torres up, if Bird can come back, I mean, and by the way, Neil Walker at 7th, and he's good. He's honestly much better.
Neil Walker's good, but I'll take Nunez over him.
I really won't. I don't. I'll take Nunez. I'll take Nunez for the positions. Hitting Walker is fine. Like you have Jackie Bradley Jr. I'm not putting stock in.
I don't think people remember how hot Nunez. I don't think people remember how hot Nunez was last year.
I remember the last 2 years he's been hot. I don't think you're giving Neil credit for the last 5 years being a really good player.
I think Nunez is there too. I think obviously I'm taking Devers over Brandon Drury.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also you have Gleyber coming up who could also play third.
But also like there's Hanley. I don't love. There's Mitchie Two Bags who I like. I don't love.
But like that's the thing. You're not gonna. I don't love. You're not gonna have to.
Bogarts. I really last year he was just flat out bad.
Yeah. And are you banking on JD Martinez being the same player he was last year? Because that seems pretty hard to back.
He's not. I'm not counting on him hitting 55 homers, which is what he would have projected to for a full season last year.
The thing is, I'm probably banking on Stanton hitting 55 homers.
Well, I think
and that like you don't
safer in like right with the Yankees. Didi, okay, he's gonna have 25 homers even if he has low OBP, right? Sanchez 30 bombs, right? Stanton 55. Judge, he's gonna walk. He's gonna hit homers. I don't care.
Well, especially with that production in that lineup.
Yeah.
My problem with Stanton is that was his first year last year where start to finish he was good, start to finish he was healthy, and now all of a sudden we're taking 55 homers in the bank.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that much of a guarantee.
It's all JD Martinez is not healthy all the time either, though.
I know. So we're looking at the 2 different arrows. The reason the Red Sox are deeper, not just if you look at their lineup today, 1 to 9, but when Pedroia comes back, you have shortstop every day. You have Nunez. Nunez can play second, third, and short, and he played a little bit of first last year. You have Hanley. And Moreland can split time at first.
Dude,
and
Felix
then Martinez
Felix is going off right now. I'm just saying.
Martinez can DH and he can give you out for the reps if you need it. Both corners. And then Benintendi can move to center if you need. So can Mookie. Like their outfield, literally all 3 of their outfielders right now can play center. JD can move to either of the corners. You have when Pedroia is at full strength, you have Pedroia, Devers, Nunez, Bogarts, Hanley, Moreland. That's 6 for 4 guys. That's 6 for 4 positions.
Sure, they're deeper.
Count JD, they're deeper.
I just think the pitching is honestly like I understand Sale is the best pitcher on either team, but I just think the Yankees just the Yankees bullpen is just.
Well, the Yankees bullpen's so superior, and we saw that today with both teams. The Yankees were
both teams have new managers too, which I'm kind of curious about. But give me I'll say this.
Severino left today after 5 2/3.
Do we all have
only
the Yankees?
action the Blue Jays?
Do we all have the Yankees winning the division?
I personally have the Yankees winning the division. Yeah.
Canner?
Yes.
By how many games?
I think it's going to be close.
No more than 4.
I say 4.
I just think because again the way it is, things get close. Because I want to like the Red Sox. Because I think the Yankees people aren't accounting for how streaky the Yankees are going to be, but the bullpens, the pitching is the Yankees pitching better.
I just think the pitching on the Yankees bullpen can bail them out.
I mean, as much as people don't like to overreact to one day, if you look at what happened today, did Sale pitch 6?
Yes. 6. 1 hit.
Sale gives up 1 hit in 6 innings, leaves. They lose 6-4. Severino gives up like 2 or 3 hits in 5 2/3. He leaves. The only thing the Blue Jays get the rest of the way is a solo home run by Pilar in the bottom of the 9th when it was a 5-0 game.
How does that rest of the division round out for you then?
Rays are obviously last.
Really?
Yeah, I have Toronto. I think in 3rd.
I don't even know. I could see. I mean, all those 3 teams. Man,
what do you guys think about Toronto?
There's nothing that I mean, some people like them, but there's nothing I really like about them.
Their pitching isn't bad. I like Sanchez.
I want to say the Rays pitching isn't really that bad. Archer, Faria, Snell, and what is it?
Here's the thing, though. I like Evaldi's right now. Evaldi may be out like 2 months.
Oh yeah, he's hurt again. Who's it for?
The Brent Honeywell injury also.
Yeah, that's a bad injury. I know. But I mean, yeah, their offense is bad.
Again, the reason why
so bad.
You know the Rays are gonna sell that pitching the first shot they get.
Yeah, that's generally what they do.
Oh, the Rays, sure.
Yeah, and I think people think Chris Archer is a lot better than he actually is.
Well, the thing is with Archer that he's been so reliable. You kind of know what you're getting. You're going to get a high 3 ERA, but you're going to get a lot of strikeouts. And I think that
low fours ERA.
Yeah, depending on the season, but it's a reliable. It's the Sonny Gray effect too, where like he's not necessarily an elite pitcher, but he's cheap, and that has value.
Yeah, I'm just not even. They're gonna. I have them trading him before the end of the year.
Yeah, that's totally fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah, because if Alex Cobb is getting 4 years, 57, something like that.
3 years.
If Alex Cobb is getting that, no, I think Cobb got 4.
Yeah, I think it's 4 years, $60 million for Cobb.
Yeah,
I think.
So if Cobb's getting 15 a year and you can get Archer at slightly less than that, like Chris Archer's better than Alex Cobb.
Yeah. Yeah. Chris has more potential.
So I think that's kind of the perspective where teams look at it, whereas, hey, like this guy might not be a total stud, but if I can get this number 2 starter for like number 3 or 4 money, yeah, I'm gonna take that. And I think that happened with Gray last year. That's why the Yankees that's why they got a decent return. And same thing.
Just with the Rays, I just can't get behind that lineup. I just can't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the lineup's horrible. It's horrible.
AL Central. I am going to jump on the White Sox in 3rd place bandwagon. I don't know if anyone else.
Are you going to jump on their youth movement leading that, or are you going to jump on who they actually have playing now?
Youth.
So you're expecting Kopech call up, Eloy call up?
I think we'll see Eloy if he plays well. I don't know about is Kopech starting at AAA or AA?
I think that's a AA.
Is it AA? Oh, okay. But I've seen that he could be ready this year though.
He could be. I think Eloy's more likely.
Okay.
But
Mitch,
contrary being
Mitch down the line, double.
Good. Oh my God! All right.
So good.
He's insane. But no, because my issue, I'm a big Moncada guy, but I really talked myself into him after I drafted him in the league. But if they decide that they're still 2 or 3 years away, then they may like a Bray or Avi, and then I think. But even still, third place in that division,
isn't hard in that division though. Detroit's last me. They're horrible.
Detroit.
And I have Chicago coming in third too.
Well,
I'm unsure about how much noise.
Hold up.
Chicago?
Yeah.
No, it's horrible.
Yeah, there's going to be an Achilles heel. The starting rotation's a little suspect, and
the starting rotation's horrible. I do think Giolito's going to have a really good year. But like the offense, like Abreu is going to be really good. Garcia is going to be really good. But then like Tim Anderson maybe he'll come around, but like
I don't think he's very good. Even though he did have
Moncada can be really good. Who is Adam Engel start? I don't know who starts.
Adam Engel's in center, I think.
They have Laurie Garcia.
Yeah, they have. I don't know.
Davidson is going to give you 25 to 30, even though it's going to be fairly empty.
I do like Wellington Castillo.
You like Nicky Delmonico?
I do like.
Oh yes, I actually do.
I do like Nicky Delmonico.
Yeah, he's not too bad. I like their catching situation with Castillo.
Yeah, Castillo's good too. Yeah, so I'll give him third, and then I'll probably put KC.
I think they're
hit a little bit. I'll put them 4.
KC's not good.
I think they're going to fight with the Tigers for the bottom of that division.
Yeah.
The Tigers.
Do we all have Cleveland?
Yeah, I have Cleveland.
Going to play Alcides Escobar every day, and he's not going to do anything, and that's what they're going to do.
Do we? Does Buzz disagree with any of our predictions so far?
Buzz is not in the room right now, so I have no idea what he has to say.
Let's go to the West. Because
the West is interesting because there's 4 good teams.
I think, and well, here's my thing. Who's the bad team?
Texas.
Okay. I was gonna say because like a lot of people are saying Oakland's gonna be bad, and I actually think they're gonna be better than people say.
Well, how about that? That rotation is just not.
It's hard. I know it's so bad. It's so bad, but like their offense is low key like really good.
Yeah, but you got to look at the bullpen. You got to look at the starting rotation, and you got to see some serious question marks.
I agree.
Well, that's why teams like that you're looking at strengths more so weaknesses, but there are weaknesses that people ignore, and they'll probably show themselves over the next 2 months, and that's why they're not a playoff team yet. But they definitely have the tools to fly around 500.
Yes, they will hit a lot of home runs. They will do that. Chris Davis, also.
Oh, shoot! Wow, insane play by Lindor. Oh, okay. Yeah, Texas. I hate. I see people saying they're going to come in second place. It makes no sense to me. That pitching rotation is like a bunch. It's actually hilarious when you look at that rotation. It's like Cole Hamels.
my dad just texted me Lindor stopped a rocket.
I know. So, all right. What's your opinion on the Angels? Because offense, fine. I'll buy the hype. I can't buy the starting rotation hype.
I'm not even sure I can buy the offense hype.
I honestly you might be right. I honestly might not sure I can buy the offense hype either.
Because
I've been talking myself out of them for the last month.
I do like Kozar.
What has he done in spring training? Ohtani.
No, he's been horrible.
Today.
But I think he's going to be a good pitcher. I honestly do. I know he wasn't good in spring training, but to me, he's going to be a good pitcher. Hitting, we'll see what happens.
But look at that rotation. Even, like Garrett Richards, he's hurt like 24/7.
They're all hurt. Every single pitcher they have is hurt. In my opinion, like. The Mariners have a better team than they do.
Yeah, but we do know the Mariners' injury history as well.
Same thing, sure.
Already have some injuries with the Mariners.
Talks about the Mariners having a better team. Ichiro currently up at the plate.
I know. Well, I know. It's horrible.
Well, he's not going to play out.
You know what the thing is? Ichiro, here's the thing. Here's one thing I'll say. At least we're hitting Ichiro last, and at least if he's bad, like we have Heredia, we have Gamble.
Yeah, Jason.
The Angels are hitting Albert Pujols like 5th.
Yeah.
He's absolutely horrible, and he's going to play every single day for the next 5 years.
Yeah. The Mariners do also have a former Philly, Jason Worth.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with it. I mean, he's been bad for like 3 years.
Yeah, can't really expect much there, but probably better than Ichiro.
That was, I think.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Jason Worth bad for 3 years. Dusty Baker trotting him out for every playoff game last year.
Yeah,
that was not a highlight.
Yeah, but the Mariners' infield is looking pretty good.
The whole offense.
So,
I mean, in the outfield, you have D and Haniger for 2 of the 3, and Heredia honestly is not even bad.
They made some good offseason acquisitions, I'd have to say. Got traded for D Gordon, pretty much.
Should have done more though. Odorizzi easily could have traded for him. Could have easily signed Lynn. That's the thing that just bothers me.
The rotation is a suspect, but
it is. I 100%
you need a big bounce back from Felix. I'm not sure you're going to get it.
It's more with me is the Mariners are they're not committed to winning. They do things like start Felix today. They do things like Zainitro. They're just like they're an ass in the seats team.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we all have the Astros.
So assuming we have Houston first and Texas fifth, what is our order second through fourth?
I try to say without bias. Mariners and Angels are about the exact same. A's just a step below.
I think the Mariners are honestly better than the A's or the Angels. Yeah,
and I could definitely see it happening.
Yeah, just assuming both teams stay healthy, I just don't see the Angels winning.
So to me, it comes down to the Red Sox are going to win the first wild card. It's how good are the Twins going to be, and I think they're going to be really good. I would pick them to win the second wild card. But I think the Mariners Angels will make more of a push than people want to say they will.
I personally think the Mariners might be better than the Twins, if that's a hot take at all.
Even I'm not sure I can go that far. Like,
I think that's a hot take because the Twins added to their bullpen too.
True. Yeah, Twins. They do have Rodney though.
Yeah, that
Reed is good. Reed is good. Duke is good. The rotation is not bad.
Yeah. And you're getting Irvin Santana back in July.
I know, and the offense is really good.
But you are counting on a lot of Twins, on a lot of young, unproven guys to continue to have success. They're still waiting on Buxton to make a consistent impact. There's a lot of question marks there.
But Buxton played well for the last 2 months last year.
But I'm a big Buxton guy.
His OBP was still under 300. He's got to be more consistent. For me.
I'm a big Buxton guy. I think he's 30-30 this year, in all honesty.
Well, if he does that, they're gonna beat up the Mariners, but I can't see him doing that.
I was banking on the Sano suspension, but now that that's gone. And as we're talking about this, I see a Facebook post from Nat Pressey saying if the Mariners can limit their injuries, they'll break their drought and make the wild card. All right, that's great. All right, let's go to NL quickly because we've been talking for a bit now. So NL East, to me, Nats are the favorite for reasons such as pitching, hitting, and winning the division like last 3 years.
Bullpen is a little suspect, though.
Not really. Doolittle, Kinsler, Madsen.
Yeah, but they always seem to have problems in the bullpen.
I guess that's fair. But then to me, like the Marlins are horrible. But then to me, the Mets, Braves, and Phillies are all interesting. Because the Mets pitching is, if they can stay healthy, Syndergaard and DeGrom are going to be one of the best 1-2s in the game. Then it's and Vargas I really like when he comes back. And then it's if you can just get a good year from Harvey or Matz or Wheeler, you have a really good top 4. Just the offense to me is so bad.
Yeah, you have Asdrubal hitting 4th. You just can't win. Conforto is coming back though.
I know. I really like the outfield, Conforto, Cespedes, and either Nimmo or who's their other outfielder? Oh, Bruce.
Yeah. But just look at those corner infielders. That's a big weakness.
I know, it's horrible. What, Frazier and Agon?
Agon, yeah. They did both have good games today. That's obviously not a big deal in the long run.
I really do like Ahmed, though, and I really think he's going to have a breakout year.
Yeah, he was good today. But you're gonna need something out of Asdrubal or Jose Reyes, and I don't think you're getting that.
Well, Reyes honestly wasn't too bad last year, but I don't have faith in him doing it over the course of a whole year. And the Braves are kind of the same thing. The Braves are just honestly the same as the Phillies to me, so young. Except it's kind of opposite.
It's kind of like the A's too, where you look at their offense and say, "Oh wow, this could be good," and then their pitching staff's a whole lot of question marks. Even Tehran,
Tehran's a huge question mark. I mean, they all are. All their pitching prospects aren't ready yet, but it's 3 years for them. It's Soroka, Kyle Wright.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you can't really I think you compare them to the A's, where they're going to be a good offensive team. Freeman's insane. Acuna's probably going to come up in May. But
Albies is good. Swanson,
so many.
Albies is ridiculous.
Yeah, I like Albies.
He hit a home run today. I don't know how he got that. It looked like he was way early on. It still drove it out. So I have big things coming for him, probably.
Yeah, I like Albies a lot, and I think like they're like the White Sox to me in a way. Like if they can contend and like put some pieces together, they could make something in the wild card hunt. Even though I think the NL wild card hunt is deeper than the AL's.
They do have some big weaknesses on the left side of that infield with Ryan Flaherty starting at third today. Dansby.
Yeah, that is true.
Anyone likes him much?
Borges.
Dansby. I'm just like, I don't know what to make. He was so bad last year. It's insane. Like I can't just write him off.
Yeah. I haven't written him off yet, but he hasn't shown anything that warrants me not writing him off either.
So second place. Is it? I think the Phillies are a step over the Mets.
No, I'm going Mets.
I'm not sure the Mets have a legitimate 1-2 punch.
The Mets have a legitimate 1-2 punch. The Phillies have a good 1-2 punch and a better bullpen.
Well, that bullpen did not show it today.
Bullpen didn't show it today. But the two guys in that bullpen that you expect to really contribute for you didn't pitch today.
I love Mickey Callaway though.
Yeah, I am banking on a bounce back year from Familia as well with the Mets. I think
Familia, Swarzak, like Ramos can be good.
Oh wait, I forgot they had Swarzak.
Yeah, they have good arms. They have good arms there. It's more like, can Aegon like do something? Can he be all right?
I don't.
Or Dom Smith. They do have
Dom Smith. Yeah, or Dom Smith, who maybe can show a little more this year.
That showed absolutely nothing last year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it with the homer theme that we saw in the BTB predictions and go.
Right, so you go
Phillies second.
Mets third, Brave four.
Yes.
I can't even give you a 2 through 4 prediction because I have absolutely no idea.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna be really close. I think they're all with the Mets the highest ceiling. I think they're all high 70s to low 80s wins.
Do you think so? You don't think any of them have a shot at the second wild card if they're?
I think my second wild card prediction my wild card predictions right now. I'll transition would be
Brewers. I'm assuming
Brewers and Cardinals.
And here's the thing. I really like the Cardinals too.
A lot of people I saw. I think it was Fox.
And the Rockies and the D-backs. I mean, any of those 4 teams to me, it's going to be 2 of those 4, I think. D-backs, I think, are a step ahead. Team was amazing last year. That rotation is really solid. Greinke, Ray, Corbin, Godley, I love, and Walker.
Opening day starter.
Bullpen is not great, but the offense is really good. Rockies, bullpen revamped this year again. Rotation really is nothing, but the offense is amazing. They did lose Reynolds. And, like, I'm not sure how good Ryan McMahon is going to be. But, like,
where's Desmond?
Felix getting pulled. Felix pulled. Desmond is playing first in outfield. But, like, McMahon made the opening day roster. I don't know how much he's going to play.
Well, you have some interesting things with the Rockies. They do have top prospect Brendan Rodgers who might come up this year.
That's true. I'm not sure.
He'll probably
maybe the end of the year.
Yeah, he'll be up for a playoff push, kind of like when Corey Seager came up like 3 years ago to help the Dodgers make a playoff push.
Yeah, that is true. That's true.
And they also have Tapia, who's not bad. David Dahl, also not bad.
David Dahl is like a forgotten player, but he can actually be really good.
Wait, did you just say Jose Tapia?
No, Raimel Tapia.
Oh,
he could be good too. Like.
They just have good depth all over.
The only problem is after John Gray, it's like I like Kyle Freeland, I like Jeff Hoffman a little bit. I actually like Herman Marquez, but they don't have Chadwick anymore, who to me was like a safety guy. Yeah. Everyone's just kind of like, eh.
Well, and the problem is like
they do have Wade Davis.
And the thing is just out hitting everyone anyway.
Wade Davis is going to blow up one of these years. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's coming.
I guess. What was his deal? 1 year or 3 years?
3-year deal, I thought.
3 years, right?
$50 million.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna last that deal.
No, you're probably right.
Well, I'm big on Davis, so I have faith.
And we have the Dodgers winning the West and the Cubs winning the Central.
You saw at the end of his Royals tenure, he had elbow issues. Then there was a velocity drop last year. He pitched like 3 innings every game last year in the NLDS.
Well, that was.
Yeah.
And Morrow
because it could be that was just because Justin Wilson and Hector Rondon just forgot how to pitch.
And didn't CJ Edwards forget how to pitch too?
I think CJ Edwards forgot how to pitch, but he kept having to come into games because he forgot how to pitch less than Rondon and Wilson.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
But
Cubs were interesting.
I'm intrigued by the Brewers though.
Oh, I
like the back end of the bullpen. I love the offense. They have too many pieces. The rotation is just a little bit of a question. I like Chase Anderson a lot. That's the thing. I like Chase Anderson.
Jimmy Nelson coming back this year?
I think in May. And I like Nelson a lot. And I like Chacin, honestly. I do like Chacin. And in Davies, like they have some like okay to good arms.
Yeah, I think they should have made a bigger run at Alex Cobb, maybe.
Yeah, I would have agreed, or Lynn, or just one like bona fide ace.
Apparently, there's I think John Heyman wrote that they were especially, which apparently who's their fifth starter right now? Because apparently they were counting on Wade Miley before he tore his groin.
Is it Brent Suter?
I don't know, but like the fact that their original plan was contending with Wade Miley as their fifth starter is a little bit absurd.
No, that's bad. That's bad.
Well, they would
right now. What's listed is Anderson, Davies, Chacin, and Suter. They only have 4, and Nelson is recovering.
They're probably most teams don't need a fifth starter until like April 10th
for a few weeks. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I know, and I think that's great. How there's so many off days now that you can get away with it.
Yeah. Well, the Yankees. Do you remember last year the Yankees? They went with 4 starters for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And while they were doing that, they had Jordan Montgomery and Chad Green pitching in like single A and double A on the same nights to see who they would want to slide into that fifth starter spot. And they ended up going Montgomery. But I don't know what the Brewers are doing with that.
Official line, 5 1/3, no runs.
Wow.
How many hits? 2 hits.
Yeah, obviously the start he was.
Just imagine if he's like a solid number 2 or something, man.
Well, it could be legit because Paxton should be an ace.
And I like Mike Leake more than other people do. All right, but back to the Brewers and the Cardinals. Like the Cardinals to me are always good. It's the thing; they're gonna win at least 85 games. If Pham could be what he was last year, I love Jose Martinez. I love Ozuna. I love DeYoung.
I forgot they had Ozuna.
They just got Greg Holland today to add to that bullpen.
That's true, and I like Leone a lot. Gregerson I'm kind of iffy about, but like if Martinez,
but Gregerson now you don't really have to count on him.
Is one of the most inconsistent pitchers who people consider an ace.
Who, Carlos Martinez?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, I love Luke Weaver too. I think he could be the best pitcher in that rotation by the end of the year. Flaherty, I like a lot too. Not on the same level as Weaver yet, because Weaver's had like a bit more MLB experience, I think.
Yeah.
But like
Weaver, I came very close. I came very close to picking Weaver.
Me too. I wanted him, but I picked Godley. And Miles Mikolas, who came from Japan, is like, I'm not sure what to make of him. He was amazing in Japan, not good in the majors last time. And I have Waka has not been good in a few years, and Wainwright too.
I've pretty much written off Michael Waka.
Yeah, I basically have too. But they have a good manager, and they have nice offensive pieces that I think their offense is probably one of the most underrated in the league. Carpenter too.
Okay.
Carpenter could have somewhat of a bounce back year.
Yeah, you'd have to bank on that.
And Fowler is good. Like they are a good team.
Yeah, just imagine if Oscar Taveras was still alive.
I know.
Did they give up anything significant when they traded for Hayward?
They gave up Shelby Miller, I'd like to say.
Okay, so no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Shelby Miller, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're zeroing in on 50 minutes here. So let's get NL East, we all have the Nationals. NL Central, do we all have the Cubs winning?
Dodgers, yeah.
NL West Dodgers.
Yeah.
We all have the Yankees. I think we probably all have the same division winners. Wild card is where it gets interesting.
Wild card, I'll go. Wild card 1, D-backs. It was so close last year. I'll go. No, it's so hard to do this.
I can't go Brewers. I have to go Cardinals. Safer pick for me.
Cardinals are safer. I think the Brewers are going to end up trading for someone.
That's my opinion too. I think they sort of have the prospect. They have Brett Phillips. Brett Phillips probably be the guy to go, I guess.
Yeah.
And they have Broxton and Santana. Like they have good people to go. So I'll go Brewers too.
Just give me.
Let's go with the pennant winners.
What were your? I didn't hear your two NL wild cards. I just heard
D-backs, Brewers.
D-backs, Brewers. Aaron, you were.
I have D-backs and I have Cardinals at the 2.
All right, I'm gonna go Brewers 1, Cardinals 2. You guys talk me out of the Phillies.
I can't go Phillies.
And
No,
I want to.
All right, so let's go pennant and World Series.
Okay, so pennant, I would have Cleveland beating Houston.
Okay, that's an interesting
In
case.
the AL.
Okay.
I gotta stick with the Indians. It's like every year in the NFL, I pick a Packers Patriots Super Bowl. Every year in MLB, I have to have the Indians going to the World Series, and then the NL, I will go. What was I doing here? Oh, I'll pick. I'll do NLCS rematch, or yeah.
Who wins?
I'm Dodgers.
Okay.
I'm debating whether or not I want to go bold and pick the Cardinals.
I've done this every year, last 3 years. The team is so good to me. If Adam Eaton stays healthy, I mean the team's amazing.
Nationals.
I'm picking the Nationals to win the World Series over the Astros. That team, the only thing that concerns me is back of the rotation. But like Strasburg, people don't understand that how good he is, and Scherzer obviously, and the offense.
You're gonna bank for another big year from Gio.
Yeah, and Gio, I'm a little bit scared about.
They do have Joe Ross and like a few other guys there.
Who is even? I don't even. That's the thing. Who's after them?
Well, you got Gio, you got Joe Ross, and I could not tell you.
Roark? Is Roark starting?
Roark. Yes, they do have Roark.
Roark's ahead of Joe Ross. Roark is ahead of Joe Ross.
Oh, AJ Cole.
Yeah.
Joe Ross won Tommy John surgery, so he's out.
Oh, really?
But you look at Zimmerman, Murphy, Turner, Rendon, Eaton, Taylor, Harper, Howie Kendrick at that base. They have a bullpen for the full year now.
Do they still have Howie Kendrick?
Yes.
Victor Robles will be coming up.
Yeah, Robles too. If anybody like that team, it's just so good.
Imagine Robles just as a guy in October as a pinch runner, kind of like the Reds used Billy Hamilton like that in his rookie year.
The thing that annoys me is everybody rightfully loves Acuna, but like I don't think people understand how good Robles is. Like
I feel like guys with that type of speed just get labeled as speed guys, and then people just kind of take away from their other.
No, he's so much more than that. That's the thing.
I know, but I'm saying that's how people view. I think it's similar with Alfred.
Yeah.
Alfred's obviously not. Alfred's not at that level.
Yeah.
Alfred's not at that level, but I think like he can be a really good player outside of just his speed, but because he's so fast, people just view him as like a D Gordon.
Last year,
which like that's amazing if he is.
Last year, Robles 300 batting average, 382 on base, 27 steals, 10 homers, 37 doubles, like 8 triples. Dude is so good. And now he'll be in what I think AAA like all year basically, right?
Yeah, he's starting in AAA.
Right here in Syracuse, so I'm going to try to see him. All right, Aaron, your World Series prediction?
One last thing about the Nationals. I don't think you can bank on Ryan Zimmerman with another big year.
That's probably true.
But with that lineup, you don't need him to have that type of season.
If he struggles, you could put Howie Kendrick at first or Murphy at first.
Yeah, you could do that. But for my pennant pick in the NL, give me the Dodgers. I think they're going back to the World Series after they beat the Cubs. And in the AL, I honestly have the Yankees going to the World Series, and I have them beating the Astros.
And who you have winning the World Series?
Put me on the spot here, but I'm gonna have to go with the be bold and go Yankees.
Okay. I think that's a popular pick.
Okay, so you have the Yankees. I have the Indians over the Dodgers. Huge MLB fan has.
Last thing before we wrap it up is I wanted to, because I think this gets interesting because it's kind of like out of nowhere. I wanted to go really quick individual award predictions.
Oh God.
I'll run through mine really quickly because I just been thinking. So I'll start MVPs. AL MVP. I'm going Carlos Correa.
Give me Trout.
Trout is like perfectly fine. I just think the Astros are going to win like literally 110 games, and I just feel like Correa for a full season of health. Like I want to know how good he's going to be. I think he could be like 40 homers, hundreds, something like a prime A-Rod guy.
Did you pick him in the Homer League?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I just think even though Trout's a boring pick, like
to win the MVP.
No, I disagree. Not with the injury.
It was a consideration. It was in consideration.
He was in the mix.
He was in.
I couldn't.
I'm not saying he was going to win it, but to even be in the mix, to say, hey, there's a possibility he beats out Judge and Altuve after missing 6 weeks, it's incredible.
It's insane. I know. But and every year he gets just beat by one person or by himself with the injury.
Yeah.
So this year he gets beat by Correa. Ken, your pick?
I'm going to stick with Trout.
All right. And now to me, like, just bizarre because Stanton's gone. There's so many good players. And, like, in my opinion, the best player in the National League is Votto. But I don't think you can have a better year than he had last year, and he didn't win.
But he didn't win it
because the team was so bad.
He didn't win it because Stanton beat
he lost
him by
one
vote.
One vote.
Exactly.
I know, insane.
I think give me Paul Goldschmidt.
Okay. I think a lot of it depends on how good the teams are. But I'm gonna go with if the Rockies are good, I'm gonna go Arenado. If they get a wild card, I think Arenado easy.
Because I think part of it too is there is somewhat of an element of teammates going insanely off that split votes.
Yeah.
So you have with Goldschmidt, you had that to some extent with JD last year. Is there really another dead superstar on that team? I'm trying to think because I want to say Bryant, but because I'm a believer that Bryant's gonna have a better year in terms of power than he did last year. But
Rizzo had one really good power year and two okay years. Just say
but the two okay one, he had 25 and
29 or something.
He had 29, and that year that year was a Stanton type of year. He didn't play the first month. Then he went a month without hitting a homer, so he hit 29 homers in 4 months.
Ozuna is, by the way, my wild card MVP.
I see it.
I think he could be unbelievable, and he'll finally be the star. You look at his numbers last year, absolutely insane. And Freeman also. If the Braves are good, Freeman is a huge pick for me. Give me Freeman. I think it might be the Votto effect.
Give me Freeman.
Let's go Cy Young because this one, it's I know. Kershaw, impossible to pick against him.
Yeah, and I don't think
But he hasn't won in the last 2 years, right? This year, going with a guy on the Nationals. Not Scherzer, though. I'm going Strasburg this year. I think he's that good.
I can't pick against Clayton Kershaw. I can't do it. He pitched
fair.
He pitched pretty well tonight. I can't pick against Kershaw. I'm gonna go Kershaw.
Sure. Canner?
I'm gonna pick Scherzer just because I feel like Kershaw always has something where he misses 5 weeks and then it takes him into consideration. Right? Kershaw's gonna have the most impressive season, but that doesn't mean he's gonna win the Cy Young.
AL?
I think Sale's gonna finally because what we've seen. Sale's always been the type of pitcher that will have a really dominant first half and then he kind of just tails off in the second half. And I think
I just want to say you did rip on me for picking Sale.
I did.
But I'm going to tell you that my pick is neither one of those guys. I'm going Justin Verlander this year.
I like it.
He was so unreal last year with the Astros.
I like that pick.
So unreal in the September. It's against the Astros thing to me. I see this team being really one of the best regular season teams ever. 110 wins. Correa MVP, Verlander, Cy Young.
Well, for my Cy Young in the AL, I'm going to go with Chris Sale. Obvious reasons there. But dark horse pick, Luis Severino.
Yeah, fair.
The strikeouts, he throws 100. If he can put it all together this year, he is a potential Cy Young candidate. The stuff is unreal.
By the way, this may be a you think, but my dad bowls with someone who works for the Trenton Thunder. So by doing that, he talks to one of the scouts. Apparently, there's people like see like a legitimate like thing in Severino's delivery where they think he's going to blow his arm out eventually. But like again, most pitchers are doing that now anyway. So how much of a big deal is that actually?
Scherzer pitches his motion. That does not look natural.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm waiting on these guys. It's Sale too. All these guys. Like, knock on wood, he doesn't get hurt. I'm just All right, rookie of the year is last one. Because it's like there's no one like Acuna, obviously.
Yeah, that was gonna be mine.
He's gonna be mine because he's gonna come up, I think, in like 2 weeks and probably play the whole year.
Yeah.
But besides him, just thinking of good rookies in the
well, last year's came out kind of out of nowhere. So you can't.
Wait, who was AL? Bellinger. Oh, it was insane. There were so many good rookies last year, though. Young was amazing. Hoskins was amazing. Bell was really good. Pitchers were like okay. I'm just trying to think of like who else.
I'm trying to look at the prospect list.
Jose Martinez
last year.
What?
Who won the rookie of the year in the AL last year?
Oh no. Oh, Ichiro. Let's go. AL it was Judge.
Oh yeah, that's an obvious
I'm just thinking of AL rookies that I'm going Jake Faria. I think he's still eligible, right?
I don't think he is.
If he's not, how much he didn't pitch that much last year, did he?
I think he pitched enough because I remember him tweeting something funny where like he finally like got into the top 100 and then he graduated like a day later.
Yeah.
Yes, he exceeded his rookie. Okay, never mind.
Well,
Willie Calhoun, maybe.
That's not a bad one.
But I don't know. I mean,
I'll go on brand. Say Brinson NL.
Brinson. Oh wow. There you go. Yeah, there you go. But the thing about Calhoun is like, he's got to get at bats, right? Like they're so bad. And I think Ryan Rula is their starting outfielder.
Yeah,
they're not very good.
Well, I'm pissed that they DFA'd Tommy Joseph. I thought we were gonna have some fun with that.
Wait, is he going to Double-A or no?
Yes.
They DFA'd him. So he's got someone made. I don't know.
I just can't think about. I just off the top of my head, I can't think.
Well,
of like,
is Giolito technically a rookie?
I'll look that up.
Because I might go him.
Yeah, I would go him.
He's not. He's not.
He is.
Well, so then I can't go him.
Reynaldo Lopez. I don't know.
I don't know much about him. I can't go with him.
Shoot.
Lopez isn't.
Yeah, I just don't know enough about rookies. Ohtani.
Ohtani's eligible, but
yeah, obviously, and Gleyber Torres. I think if he gets up in time, has a case. Austin Hayes also.
Yeah, I think he'll say him as a dark horse candidate.
I think Austin Hayes will get enough at bats.
I'm gonna say Anthony Alford for AL.
Actually, I gotta go with Austin Hayes. The Orioles are starting Craig Gentry in the outfield.
Wait, so if you're going with Anthony Alford, that means you have him being the everyday center fielder.
Yeah, so I think because he's hurt right now.
Okay, but
no, he could be the everyday left fielder.
So they have Grichuk, they have Granderson, they have Teoscar. You're gonna say they have Alford, and then don't they have someone else? I'm just forgetting.
Well, Pilar's playing every day in center, but the corners
Grichuk to me has got to play every day. Teoscar, I really like.
Why does Grichuk have to play every day? He never did with the Cardinals.
I think he's gonna play an overwhelmingly.
What happens if Grichuk's hitting 200 after April?
Fine. Then you go Alford. But I think Teoscar is first in line before Alford is. Because Alford hasn't even had a full year at AAA.
He was. They brought him up to the majors last year before he got hurt.
Oh my God! Oh no, it's happening.
All right. Well,
3-man triangle.
Is Buzz there, or do we have to?
I want to go. I want to hear Buzz's really quick World Series and World Series prediction.
Right, so you want me to go out there and get his opinions for the show?
Okay,
go get that.
And then
D. Gordon, man.
D. Gordon. Did you see Schwarber today?
Need your opinion.
I saw a picture of it. I didn't see the actual play.
Okay, wait. We're gonna end this with Buzz Wilson's MLB predictions. We need your AL and NL winners and World Series, and I guess MVP if you want.
I'll take the Yankees over the Dodgers. I'll put them back on.
You have the same exact opinion as me. That's nice.
I didn't hear any of what he was saying. I've been in here. And then was that it?
Yeah. If you have a definitive MVP, if you don't, then doesn't
Do I
matter.
have a definitive MVP?
That probably that's if
Oh
you have
my
to
God.
Give us your MVPs.
think. He's going off on the Mariners.
Oh God.
I haven't really put any thought into it. If I had to pick definitive MVPs, I mean, is it like too much of a cop out to like?
No, we picked Trout. So no.
I
I
would
did
say
not.
to pick Trout.
I don't think I had
Yeah.
popular pick.
Three of three opinions on things are lining up with Buzz.
NL
MVP.
The NL.
Will we go 4 for 4?
Well, can I? You guys just thinking, guys, you like Harper or something like that. But I'm trying to think, what if I?
Oh, we forgot about Harper.
No, I consider Harper. I just go Arenado this year. I don't know why.
I mean, Arenado is really good. He plays in Coors, so his numbers always look good. But he's also just a really good player. Harper, first name that comes to mind is Harper, but again, it's just another cop out. Arenado is another good pick.
Because I said Freeman.
Yeah, I gave you the idea for Freeman because I love Freeman so much.
You gave me the idea Freeman. I stuck
He's
with.
another good player. Showed it today.
Whew, that scared me.
Yeah. Last thing, Buzz. 1 to 10, how alarmed are you about Gabe Kapler's managerial performance today?
Like alarmed for this game in a nutshell, or long term?
Long term.
Around a 3 or 4.
That's fair.
What
I said was the last time we freaked out about someone making stupid managerial decisions.
Doug Peterson,
Yeah, exactly.
Brett Brown. I mean, different situations, but like Doug Peterson was hated for a year.
Yeah.
MLB is just a little is
It is different. It is way different. I don't want to compare apples to oranges, but if you're looking at the Philly perspective, it's not the first time that a coach has come in, been a little bit different, and not been like. Now, the contrary to that is Chip Kelly was beloved at first, and we all know how that went end. So,
Yes.
I said Chip Kelly was bad from the jump. That I saw through all the way. I had no faith he was going to be good in the NFL.
Okay, I'm talking about the perception
Yeah,
around.
sure.
If you're going to put any stock in that, which I don't really.
But I can't forget. Before we end, I just have to say clown of the week.
Intern.
He did not understand his flaws. Like he didn't understand.
By the way, did you see Westbrook tonight?
No.
Airball to 3. Like,
yeah.
Hilarious.
Airball the game time.
Did they help?
Yeah, they all.
Amazing. They play the Nuggets tomorrow. I need a Nuggets dub. And all of a sudden, then they're like 2 games back.
Yeah, but back to Kapler real quick. I mean, I didn't agree with how he did it, but I mean, there's a learning curve. It was his first time ever managing any game, not just this team. And he brings a very unique and analytical perspective. I mean, you saw the outfielders literally pulling out cards. This is not the first time I've seen that in a baseball game, but pulling out cards as far as where to line up on defense. And he went to the bullpen. I mean, he ran through the bullpen, not necessarily who we'd want. Now, they said after the game that Neshek wasn't available, but everyone would like to see Nola pitch longer. But based on this one game, I'm not going to say, everything Gabe Kapler stands for. Like, it was concerning. Yes, he was the reason why they lost today. But does that change my expectation for a 162 game season? No, not really. It's just the first sample size we're getting.
Did you see speaking of outfield shifts, did you see the Rangers or Astros 4 outfielders against Gallo today? 4 outfielders. Bregman played left field.
And
the Twins
did that against Votto last year, right?
Yeah, I think they did.
Was it the Twins went 5 infielders today at work?
It bailed me out. And so a little bit of background on the Michael Givens story today.
This is a clown of the week right here for the rest.
That is true. Buzz not putting in Michael Givens.
Okay, well, I got bailed out because he didn't end up getting the win because Jones walked it off in the 11th and not the 10th. But today
it still hurts you because he went 1.1 scoreless.
I know it still hurts me, but didn't hurt me nearly as bad. And if at the end of the season I needed those points, then you can clown me all the in this matchup because I didn't have Michael Givens in on opening day. Then feel free to clown me. But at this point, I'm not feeling too bad. So the story was, with the 2 the Reds got postponed today, and the Tigers got postponed today, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in class. I had to go to we had to interview this person for class assignment, whatever. And then I went to class and had like 15 minutes beforehand. So I got the notifications on my phone that those 2 games had been postponed. So I moved around the lineup, and then I had set my lineup once our rosters were inputted into ESPN. I had set the lineups just so not because they didn't import like the probable starters at that point. Now I knew Taijuan Walker wasn't starting opening day, but they hadn't. I just kind of didn't really think about it. Just put whoever was playing in a given day. There are certain days where not even a full roster is playing because of off days or whatever. So in the case of today, yes, I agree. I should have had given in over Walker, but I edited the other things, and then Clash just started, and I kind of just forgot to go back to it. Again, inexcusable, but like that is just what happened.
No, but nothing to the extent of intern. Who I just want to explain. He was trying to advocate for like buying players with auction money.
Wait. Who is this intern? This intern?
This is intern.
Okay. So intern, right? He's like, let's just say like, oh, he's interested in a player, right? Why would if I'm not going to drop a player, like he wants to trade for him, there's no point in the owner getting waiver money because you can only spend that on bad unknown players. Like you're going to want obviously a player that he has in return. And also, he didn't understand that. Like he's like, oh, well, if I want to pay $10, I can guarantee getting him. Where I'm like, that's not even true because if I just say $11, why would that owner not accept the most amount? It's literally the same exact thing. An auction is an auction, whether you do it on waivers or whether you do it with whoever the guy is. But why would I want to give auction money to another owner anyway? I'd rather just be dead money. It doesn't make like any sense.
So he was saying
and he didn't understand the flaw.
He was saying something about just like what like we should be able to trade. Like if I'm gonna, he's saying like, hey, like if I want to drop a guy, I might as well just like.
Can we trade for international pool?
That's literally the same. Yeah,
it's not though. It's not though.
Well, it's not because like
international slot money has it's 40-man rosters, everything like that.
It was a joke. It was.
I know, but that's what Canner had like.
That's what I think that's what intern was trying, and originally that's what I thought he was talking about. Then I realized that like
Mitch, that's down.
We're already starting with this.
But I do like David's idea. Like he was like this, Mike. If you want Altuve, and you say sale plus $30 for Altuve, he's like that's fine. He's like that's fine. Like,
yeah.
But you can't just do like 100 for Altuve. First of all, why would he do? I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah. So you have to include someone on your roster.
It's not that you have to, but there's literally no point in selling a player because there's no reason why you should take money rather than an actual player, unless you like have $0. But nobody's gonna have that because everybody who's owned is more valuable than someone who's not owned, obviously.
Unless some like Buzz, I might think might drop like Trey Turner or something.
Well, yeah, then it would be an auction war.
So then I'd put all my money in.
I'd probably put like $80 on that. Yeah.
But then if I'm dropping Trey Turner, why would I trade for all this money to get him back?
Why would you trade?
Oh God, I think that means we have to wrap up the show.
Time for you to go to bed.
All right, good night. That went way longer than expected, but we got some good fantasy talk at the end.
Good episode. No intern.
No, will you not be around next week?
I don't think I'm here next week.
Yeah, which one of you clowns just tagged me in this photo on Twitter?
Arenado Homer.
That was me.
That was you?
That was me.
Arenado Homer.
All right, we'll have intern back next week to clown on huge MLB fan. Peace.
All right.
Oh, that should be fun.